stars of night. 'Twas twilight when he started believing in the stars he'd painted were enough. He'd smooth the edges of the night, those torn with sharpened edges were rough. He knew she delighted in them, she would gaze upon their shine for hours. Yet he knew her heart was surely true. He painted the night with flowers. She gardens in the morning light, so sweetly turning the rocks and the soil, yet still questions which to paint, in case that moment comes to spoil. She likes to sit upon the porch when the rains are overhead. He always gave her clear blue skies, though some random days were grey instead. Oh, one evening he painted her sitting there, reading her book in the lantern's light. 'Twas the moment he'd fell in love, and thereon questioned those stars of night. What now to imagine a world without thee? A billion times I'd scream despair. Forever would not satisfy nor console my heart if you weren't there. I'd forage my way towards which villain had love slayed and grab him twice, and hold the darkness down with pleasure. Likewise death would not resist. If I could burn the bridges of death and make immortal castles of your heart, I'd banish the vices and all those things before the evil starts. Oh, such love would lay impartial. I'd give to the grave my hope. Forever seems to be unfortunate to lay one down and never mope. I'd love you a billion times for sanctuary. I'd die a trillion deaths beside, as stars all value love, and love for you I cannot hide. So be not just the art of life, be my story unto a never-ending scene. For I am in love with you, my king, your everlasting queen. If it comes to one of us parting, first let us be afraid. For I have loved beyond the measures, and in some forms already laid. I laid down before you in a time, and time I'd do it again. Life we live, and sometimes we die, but maybe this is pain. For what is love without the loss of something more than we can bear? I loved you without a doubt, just like breathing air. If I'm to love him courageously, then let me battle what I might face, and find in all my bravery an unending grace. I love him mortally, wounding stars and drowning in those old smiles, for I have been in heaven with him for many million miles. my heart continues to replicate the love that's always known. With you, each beat is repetitious and solely of its own. My love for you is like the mountain's peak, it never seems to end. And like the rivers ever flowing, it never ceases to bend. There's the longest story playing deep inside my heart. I still recall the very beginning, the love there at the start. My heart longs to confirm each beat and protests nothing but to love. For the sanity it seeks no end, where immortal instruments play above. Twas twilight when he started believing the stars he painted were enough. He'd smoothed out all the edges of the night, those torn with sharpened edges rough. He knew she delighted in them, she would gaze upon their shine for hours. Yet he knew her heart was surely true, so he painted the night with flowers. She gardens in the moonlight, so sweetly turning the rocks and the soil. Yet still he questions which to paint, in case that moment comes to spoil. She likes to sit there upon her porch when the rains are overhead. He always gave her clear blue skies, though some random days were grey instead. One evening he painted her just sitting there, reading her book in lantern light. 'Twas a moment he